Hello everyone. In last class we were discussing about protocol architecture till RR, radio resource management we have discussed. Now we will discuss about remaining parts of the protocol architecture for signaling. Okay. Class we have discussed about this physical layer and RR, radio resource management. Okay. Today we will be mobility management. This mobility management is situated above the radio resource management in the diagram. Okay, mobility management. Okay, this mobility management functions are registration, authentication, identification, location updating, and provision of TMSI. Okay, registration means whenever any mobile station is wanted to use GSM, then that time every mobile station has to register with the GSM. Then only that mobile station will come under GSM. Okay, all these registration processes, whenever you purchase any mobile device, then you have to register with the GSM. All these registration processes will be done by mobility management. And the second one is authentication. Soon after registration, it provides authentication to your mobile station. All type of security is given by GSM to all the mobile stations who are using GSM. So all GSM subscribers, all GSM customers will be getting perfect authentication from mobility management. And the third one is identification. This identification of mobile station is done in two ways: by taking TMSI, that temporary mobile subscriber identity, or IMSI, International Mobile Subscriber Identity. These are the two ways to identify a mobile station in GSM network. This identification is not every time revealed to everyone. Okay, identification of the user of the GSM customers is hidden all the time in order to provide security or authentication. Only TMSI number is released, that is temporary mobile subscriber identity. This TMSI replaces IMSI number. Okay, this IMSI number will be revealing every information of the mobile station. The real identity of the mobile station is released by International Mobile Subscriber Identity. So that is the reason every time IMSI number is hidden and TMSI number is given. TMSI number is a temporary mobile subscriber identity number which is used when mobile theft occurs. Okay, and IMSC identifies the user, and IMSC number is valid throughout the Europe, but TMSI number is valid only in the current location of a mobile station within the GSM network. Not only this, this mobility management offers reliable connection to the all the next higher levels in the OSI model. These are the things performed by mobility management in protocol architecture for signaling. Okay, and the next one is CM, call management. In the diagram, call management is situated at the top of the protocol architecture for signaling, that is above above mobility management. These call management functionalities are call controls, short message service, and supplementary services. Okay, this call control provides point to point connection between two terminals and also which is used by higher layers for call establishment. Okay, all type of calls can be controlled by call management. All type of calls means like it provides a connection for the connection establishment, I mean call establishment, call clearing and change of call, like that. All these are performed under call control only. Okay, these are the things performed by call management under call control. And the next thing is short message service. The short message service we have seen in the supplementary services in the teleservices in the mobile services. Okay, short message service is one of the famous service provided in the GSM. These all the applications are all the applications of short message service is under call management only. Okay, and supplementary services. Supplementary services means this layer also provides few functions to send band tones called dual band tones. Okay, means these band tones are not transferred as a voice because these tones are generated by GSM. These tones are used for entering the pin, dialing the numbers, banking, for electronic banking. Okay, whenever we press any number, that time we will be getting a tone. So those are called band tones or dual tones, which is given by GSM. Okay, they are not transferred as signals, but they are converted into tones in the fixed network part of the GSM. Okay, this is not the data, so that is why they are transferred as signals only. These tones cannot be sent directly over the voice codecs of GSM, because this voice codecs may distort the tones. So that is the reason they are transferred as signals. Okay, all these GSM architecture layers provides band tones in every mobile station. Okay, these supplementary services offer services described in all the supplementary services in the mobile services. Okay, this is about call management. It controls calls, it controls short message services, it controls supplementary services in the GSM network. Okay, and the next one is PCM. PCM is situated in the third part of the protocol architecture. Here it is not written, but PCM is one of the important things situated in the protocol architecture. Layer 1 MTP 1 is there, so that is nothing but PCM. In the architecture, if you observe the last layers of in the all parts, layer 1 MTP1 is there, that is nothing but PCM. PCM means pulse code modulation. PCM means pulse code modulation. It is used for data transmission at physical layer. These PCM systems offers transparent data with the rate of 64 kilobits per seconds channel. Okay, and also this physical layer at the A interface typically includes some leased lines, and it is very important for data transmission at the physical layer. Okay, at the physical layer, if you want to transmit the data, then it definitely or typically uses pulse code modulation systems, as it offers transparent 64 kilobits per second channels, and this allows for submultiplexing of data. Okay, this is about pulse code modulation. And the next one is SS7, signaling system number 7. Signaling system number 7. So here signaling system is in the protocol architecture at the part of MSC. Okay, if you see the MSC part, last fourth part, MTP3, MTP2, SCCP, all is there, right? This is nothing but SS7. All these comes under signaling system number 7. It is used for signaling between MSC and BSC. Okay, this protocol also transfers all management information between MSCs, HLR, VLR, AUC, EIR and OMSC. Means it maintains the synchronization between all the parts of the GSM architecture. Okay, so that is the reason it is called as signaling system number 7. It maintains the signaling between MSC and BSC, and it transfers the management information between all parts of the GSM architecture. It maintains the synchronization between all parts of the GSM architecture. Okay, and the next one is BSS SAP, means BSS application part. In GSM architecture we have seen about BSS. Here BSS SAP means BSS application part. This BSS application part controls BSS in the GSM architecture. And MSC can also control BSS, but this MSC controls BSS by using BS application part only. Okay. In the diagram, it is situated at the middle part of the third and fourth part of the protocol architecture for signaling. Here if you observe, in the third and fourth part of the architecture, BSS application part is there. Okay. And the next one is BTSM, BTS management. Okay, this is also there in protocol architecture. See, here in the second part, third part, BTSM is there. BTSM. Okay, BTSM means BTS management. Okay, LAPD, in the LAPD, at the A bias, BTSM is used. Not only there, this BTSM is also used in the RR. As I told you, radio resource management, only some part of the radio resource management is situated in the physical layer, and remaining part of the radio resource management is situated at the BSC. Okay, that BSC is supported by the help of BTS management only. Okay, and LAPD is also used for layer 2 at A bias for BTSM only. Okay, this is about BTS management. Okay, this is all about protocol architecture for signaling. Okay, in this protocol architecture for signaling, we have discussed about 4 parts of the protocol architecture, that is MS, BTS, BSC, MSC. Okay, these are joined via an interface A bias and A. Okay, all this call management, mobility management, radio resource management, link access procedure for D channel, pulse code modulation, BTS management, BSS application part, and standard signaling system number 7. All these are implemented in protocol architecture for signaling. This protocol architecture for signaling is very important in GSM architecture. Okay, this is about protocols used in GSM. In next class, we will discuss about localization and calling. If you are having any doubt, then please contact me. Okay, and also don't forget to give feedback on LMS. Okay, thank you.